Well, welcome to another weekly update. OneDoor Studios has all manner of things going on, and you might be asking yourselves, as soon as you saw me leading out saying, where's our leader? Where's the guy that always heads these weekly updates? And that would be, of course, Stephen Woolworth. And he is on the road, as he was last week, this week still. So the next weekly update you have, which should be just about a week from today, he will be leading out. And just as we were about to record, as if he knew, Stephen rang up and said, I hope you guys are doing this recording without me because we have to do one every week, So we assured him we were. And then he said, yeah, I've been going around the clock. I finished up about 2 this morning doing some digital transfers, and I crashed. And where are we now? And in this bus that he's traveling across the country, and somebody yelled out, Arkansas! He said, oh, so we're in Arkansas.
Yeah, if you didn't hear last time, he's doing a documentary on the homeless crisis all over the country, and they're traveling around, and he's filming and interviewing homeless people, and it sounds really amazing.
Okay, so that's for Steve. We have 4 things to review today. We'll blaze through them like we attempt to do each time. The first one, which is probably top of mind for all of us, is so what's going on with Calculated? And Ann Peacock has, of course, returned. We gave her the notes that we had, fairly expansive, early last week. She reviewed them, and then late last week, Friday, I believe, we had a lengthy meeting with her, and she literally went through every note on her list. And just a note about this experience, it's a real defining moment between producers and screenwriters when the first draft receives notes from producers to the screenwriter. And it can be a point of real, I wouldn't say contention, but sometimes it can even result in breakup or bringing in a new screenwriter and all manner of different things. We had no reason to expect this because our relationship has been so great with Anne. And it surely turned out, even as each exchange we've had with her has been better than we expected. So we went through every note. It was more like a love fest. Oh, yeah, no, I completely agree. And yes, we're going to take this road. We're going to make this movement, and all of those things. One great thing is that we gave her the latitude for more pages, which is the same thing as agreeing to produce a more expensive picture than we were originally contemplating. Not that it will be, but she now has the latitude to open up the character relationships a bit and use time to do it, which is different than keeping it at 120 pages, which is about 120 minutes, and then having to lose some material in order to make room for things that need to happen that are more emotion-driven, more the heart of the film that really makes it powerful and entertaining. The second is a series Calculated sequels update. So we're all eager for the next, for this entity to be into its Regulation A form and to be in a position where it can receive investments again. That's not going to happen with the way we said it would happen. And yet, what has happened a couple of weeks ago surfaced the reality that the increased expense of marketing and buying media is not going away. So this is a long-term, it appears, phenomenon. And it is going to only change when the entire social media industry shifts. And that does not look like it's going to happen soon or necessarily become less expensive. So we've had to embrace the reality that it has increased in cost by about 3 times.
Well, just to clarify, John, a couple of weeks ago, that didn't change. What changed a couple of weeks ago was our knowledge of our ability to actually increase our raise on the Reg A, which is a positive thing. Really, it's really great that we can take care of that now and make sure that we have enough to cover the increased marketing and the increased cost of talent.
Right. And our securities people have really helped us with that. And when I say us, it's really Jason who leads the charge on that side of our company and those people. But I sit in on those meetings, and it's been fascinating to watch. And so the new architecture, fortunately, all the people who have invested in sequels, smart move, especially when you did, your positions all remain the same. So your terms and conditions and your how you get repaid and participate, all of those things are contained within that crowdfunding WeFunder grouping. Excuse me. Those of you who are going into who are waiting for this new sequels Regulation A will be a little bit different, but it will embrace this new expense that we have. It'll be it'll be for a larger amount, but you'll have still the same architecture as the original group has, and I think you'll find it not only good, but it will enable us to move forward and have sufficient funds for both the cost increase for our media and the cost increase on the production side, the development production side, which we knew was coming, and we did incorporate to an extent, but now we can be real accurate, knowing exactly how much the above the line, which is the actor side and director side, how much those attachments are going to be. So
and
that's
John,
it. Yeah.
Aren't you going to ask your project manager how long this is all going to take?
Sorry, Thomas. Yeah. So what's the schedule? What's the shift in that? It'll be done in a week?
Yeah, no problem. No.
I wish.
If it were completely up to me, I'd have it done in a week. But unfortunately, we have some folks over at the SEC that have to review everything. And but like you said, the good news is once it's in there, we'll have everything in there that needs to be in there. And it should be smooth sailing once we get the final approval.
Yeah. Sounded like
Awesome.
2 to 4 weeks in there. But like you said, no, the SEC has their own ways and their own timing. But we'll be looking for that. Thanks, Thomas. Okay, a little MyStreme update. We closed our subscription sales last week. And Thomas led the charge on that from one end to the other, and it was crazy. And we had a little over 111,000, I think, in sales, which blew the doors off our 10,000 minimum limit. We had almost 240, I think. We now MyStreme now has almost 240 subscribers, which is crazy because it's almost a year and a half before it's even going to release on beta. And what really put it over the top was over 95% of them, I think that's right, Thomas, you know the numbers, but over 95% of them are purchased lifetime subscriptions, which is a really vote of confidence. And so some of those may have been you that are viewing this video. So thank you very much for that. We will open up this Wednesday, thanks to Jay, on WeFunder for the first of 3 openings.
By the way, if you guys already, obviously you can invest and you may want to further, those of you who got like your lifetime subscription, but you definitely want to look at it to see what a value you got on that lifetime subscription.
Yeah. The 3 rounds, the first one is the only crowdfunding round, and it's expedient. We can open it this week, which it's happening on Wednesday. So look for that. And the next one happens immediately after that on a Regulation A, its own Regulation A, still be viewable on OneDoor Studios, of course, website. And that one is for $75 million.
John, exactly how many raises do we need?
Don't panic. There's only one more. So the third one is, is the biggest one, obviously, since there's a $1,075,000,000 raised. And this is the third one, and it's international only. So it won't even be offered in the United States, just the US market. And it appears that it may be the shortest, even though it's for such a huge amount of money, $1 billion. I think
So you
we'll
said
have it.
not in the US or in the US?
No, it won't be available to investors in the United States, but it will be available to all the rest of the people. There are 8 billion people on the planet. We only have 350 or 60 million of them in the United States. So it's only fair everybody gets a chance. And this is a global service, so they want it. Our international CEO spent about 10 days in Seoul, Korea, just 2 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago. And received a really overwhelming response for people that flew in from all over the world. And even though this will be up for 6 months, it looks like this whole amount might be raised in about 3 months. This Wednesday, look at the first one that's open. It opens Regulation CF on WeFunder. Just go on WeFunder and look under MyStreme, and it'll pop up. And you'll be able to look under the hood and see what makes this an extraordinary new entity. And this has the possibility of becoming a $1 trillion value company. And there aren't many opportunities to invest in companies when they're just with that kind of upside at the very, very, very base. So there'll be three opportunities to invest. Each one of them are successively more expensive, but then the best deal is always at the first. So if you can get in on this round, that would be the hot ticket.
And as always, our attorneys would not be happy with us if we didn't remind you guys, never invest money you can't lose in ventures of this nature, and of course, these are projections, and they're not promises, they're projections, and that kind of thing.
That's absolutely true. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for that too. We care about you first. So make sure you're prudent and wise and sensitive. If you feel like you should do this, then do it. If you don't feel like it, usually those inner feelings, that inner clock is the thing, the best thing we can follow. Okay. The other thing is just a footnote, really. You might remember NCOSE, if you remember what that means, which is the National Center
on Sexual Exploitation.
Sexual exploitation, yeah. They have their annual meet this week. It's from Tuesday through Thursday. Hopefully we'll have the little link on this video that you should be able to see now. If you want to, there will be thousands of people from all over the world that will be attending. It is a virtual event. So if you're interested in having a life free of sexual abuse, a world free, it'd be good to check in on them.
I do want to recommend it, you guys. That's actually how I met the people at NCOSE in the first place. I joined this annual online meeting. It's like a 3-day meeting. There's no way I could go to all of it, but you just pop in and pop out at the different seminars that look interesting and talk to people and learn a lot. It's really good.
Okay, so I think that's it. We wouldn't make any progress without you, so feel appreciated because you are. We talk about you often and are grateful for all you do. Be assured, we're blazing ahead. we're working around the clock and having a great time, and you're making it all possible. So have an awesome week, and we'll see you with the new update next week.
再见。